Hello and welcome to Sujith Talks. My name is Sujith Billa, a registered migration agent here in Australia, and this video is about the Citizenship Bill updates, and this is part of my new playlist called Immigration News Talk. So what's about the Citizenship Bill today? As we speak, the bill hasn't passed yet and the new rules have not come into effect, but before watching this video, I would recommend you to watch my previous video, which was about how the bill could be failed in the Australian Parliament. It's trending on YouTube. If you just go to YouTube and type in Australian Citizenship Bill, you'll see my video listed at the top. In that video, I spoke about the possibility of the bill failing in the Parliament, and today we are in a stage where it's likely to happen. It's likely that if the bill is put in the Parliament, it would fail because the opposition party, Labour, and Greens party, which is the biggest minor parties in the Australian Senate after the opposition party, and also a minor party, Nick Xenophon, who has his party called Nick Xenophon Team, which has 3 senators. So they all are happy to block the bill, which means if the bill is put in Parliament at some stage in the next parliamentary sitting days, the bill is likely to fail. So we are in a stage where the bill is likely to fail, but the rules, are they going to change or are they going to remain the same? So that's still a question that needs to be answered. So between this video and my previous video, how can the bill fail, there were few things happened in Australian politics. And I am going to talk only relevant things because there are many things that happen in politics every day, but I'm going to speak on few things that are related to this citizenship bill. It started with Senator Scott Ludlam from Western Australia resigning. He resigned, and the reason was that he has dual citizenship. He has New Zealand citizenship as well as Australian citizenship. And in Australian Constitution, Section 44 says that if you are a dual citizen, you're not eligible to contest in elections, be it senator or be it the member of parliament. So we have 2 houses in Parliament. The lower house is called the House of Representatives and the upper house is called the Senate. So this person, Scott Ludlam, is from the Senate and he resigned citing the reason that he has dual citizenship. And then another senator followed his footsteps, and she was Larissa Waters, and she's from the same party, Greens, as Scott Ludlam is. And then she said she's got Canadian citizenship. Then there are other senators who came into picture. Some resigned, some didn't resign, and then it went on, and there was national debate about this dual citizenship. Now, what happened interestingly is the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia, Barnaby Joyce, he himself in the Australian Parliament said that he's got information from New Zealand that he's also subject to dual citizenship, and then he might also be disqualified if that's true. And he said that he's not going to resign, but he will refer himself to the High Court, so which made it very interesting, because if he resigns, then the government is in a minority in the Parliament, in the lower house, that is the House of Representatives, and that's where Barnaby Joyce comes from. He comes from the seat of New England in Australia, where his opponent was Tony Windsor, and Tony Windsor also wanted to give us put a submission in the High Court saying to disqualify Barnaby Joyce. So how is all this connected to citizenship bill? So even if those 2 Green senators resign, there will be alternative people representing them, and it would not disturb the Senate. In this scenario, what they did was they have put this citizenship bill in the parliament, in the lower house, and they saw to that it is passed, and eventually it was passed. And in my previous video, I actually said the same thing, that it's likely that it will pass in the lower house, but it's very hard to pass in the Senate. And that's exactly what's happening today. Very interestingly, a Green senator said that, my dear government, if you want to pass this bill or fail this bill, you have to obviously put it in the parliament, in the Senate, and see what happens. You can't just put it in the notice board and say that these laws are yet to be passed and subject to legislation. So the senator gave an ultimatum of 4 parliamentary days, and within that 4 parliamentary days the bill should be put in the parliament and see to that it's either passed or failed. If it's failed, then it's obviously it should come back from the lower house and then subject to readings and blah blah blah, which the government might not have the numbers to do so. So there was another event that happened after Barnaby Joy's revelation, and before a Green senator giving ultimatum to the government to squash the citizenship bill from the notice, and he gave 4 parliamentary days. Unfortunately, when he gave the ultimatum this month, September, there are not 4 more parliamentary days in this month, so we have to wait till October. So between this ultimatum and Barnaby Joyce's revelations and the bill passing in the lower house, the other event I was going to speak about was the Senate inquiry report. So there was a Senate inquiry on the citizenship bill, and there were some consultations made, and the report came out, and it said that it's not a good idea to ask the permanent residents to go for a university level examination or the competence score. And without having what is a competence score, so the Minister for Department of Immigration and Border Protection, Peter Dutton, hasn't clearly defined what is a competence score, but in migration language, competence score means scoring 6 each in IELTS or 50 in PTE academic. And there was also this discussion about university level exam, whether IELTS is a university level exam, for which the minister said IELTS has another module called general. Tony Burke said, well, even if it's general, it still has the same 2 modules, speaking and listening. But nobody brought this up. Actually, the other approved exam is the PT academic, and there's the word called academic in the exam, so which means it could be a university level exam. Anyways, the Senate inquiry report said that it's not a good idea to ask the permanent residents to go for a competent level examinations. Among its other recommendations, the most important one is about the transitional arrangements. The report recommended the government to have some transitional arrangements, to give some transitional arrangements for those applicants who are eligible to apply citizenship and who got permanent residence before the April 28, 2017, when the announcement was made about the proposed laws on citizenship. So what now? What are you going to do now? I mean, when I say you, means those applicants who are eligible with the existing laws. There is 1 year of permanent residence and 4 years in total of residence in Australia. What to do now? So the general advice here is to draft the citizenship application, make it a complete application, even if you are not submitting it, because we don't know what happens in October or before October. At the moment in this nation, there's a plebiscite going on same-sex marriages, so obviously that's the most important topic in this country, which it should be. And then we might come to know about this citizenship saga before October or after October, we never know. So it's a good idea to draft the application, make it a decision ready application. If you don't know what is a decision ready application, I have a separate video on decision ready applications, and also I've got another video on rejections due to not uploading documents. So that was a recent video I've uploaded where there are some rejections in certain visa applications where the case officer thinks that the applicant has not submitted relevant documents and then bluntly rejected it. So you might watch those two videos, and also if your permanent residence is expiring or it's close to expiry date and you want to travel overseas, you don't know what to do, you're just waiting for the citizenship application to be decided, or you haven't applied for the citizenship yet, but you have to travel now, or you have to travel in a few months, you need a visa, written resident visa, please contact me. My number is +61 411 7262 90 or sujithtalks@gmail.com, which is my channel name at gmail.com. So I give you immigration advice and I can apply a RRV for you, the written resident visa. There are different kinds in there. 155, 157, you can actually get up to 5 years of permanent residence renewed, or you can get up to 1 year depending upon your circumstances. So please contact me if you need immigration advice. Also, for general information, you can watch my videos on RRV 155, 157, and I've got a separate video on permanent residence, indefinite stay versus expiry date. So please watch those videos with this video because it gives you total information. So I'll just summarize for you. Starting with, watch my video on how the citizenship bill can fail in the parliament. Then watch my video on decision ready applications if you're starting a citizenship application. Also watch my video on rejections due to not uploading documents. Then watch my video on permanent residence, indefinite stay versus expiry date. Then there is RRV 155 and there is RRV 157. So prescription for you guys is to watch 6 videos along with this video to get a complete understanding of what's going on with the citizenship bill and what laws are applicable as we speak. At this stage, you can draft the application, but you get some pop-up saying that this is eligibility requirement and the citizenship bills, the proposed laws will be in effect from 20th April 2017. They say will be in effect, but it doesn't mean that they are in effect. So it's kind of, we are all in a state of limbo, which means we are in a state of uncertainty and we just have to wait and see. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Share your thoughts, comment below, and please subscribe to my channel Sujith Talks for more pristine information on Australian immigration.